pain, and I'm starting to feel my head again. I did feel my head yesterday, I promise. I did feel it quite well though. I still have this headache, and it's probably due to that we have a very big switch in the weather. It's not as cold as it has been. It's quite milder now, and it's also rainy and windy, and it starts to feel a little bit like fall, late fall in Sweden. So I'm sitting here, trying to convince myself to actually move my ass from this chair, go and start a machine of laundry, but I don't want to. I don't want to. I just want to work on my Stephen Westminster knit along because I'm behind. It's not a big of a deal though. But yesterday, before my head decided to explode in pain, I did add another rows of squares to Alva's Battenberg blanket. So, and I started also with this squares. All of the colorful squares are done. I have made all of my minis up, and I am doing this for Susan and Linda's Makealong Merry Minimal. And Susan is wild, cottage knitting, and Linda is for the fun of knit. They are hosting this Merry Minimal that are used for using all of our beautiful minis, and this is only minis. So yeah, not the white though. The white is not minis, because that would just be, but maybe that would have been a good idea to just make them into 20 gram minis, or 10 grams minis, or 5 gram minis, because then I don't have to have, no, enough about that. I just got an idea that I need to explore a little bit later on, and then I will tell you if it was a good idea or not. So it's starting to become something. It's not squares anymore, just squares. It's starting to be something. Otherwise, I'm sitting here working on my Mr. Knit Along. And I really like it. I really do. But I don't know what I was thinking about when I put that one down and thought, it's okay, I will take it up tomorrow and work on it. And I have been saying that since Friday last week. Tomorrow never comes. That's why my middle name is Tomorrow. That you didn't know, but that's true though. So, if you don't want to see it, look away now. Ta-da! I'm almost finished with the first side of the glue tube. Then I need to repeat everything on the other side. So I will keep working on this today, and then I probably going to pick up Alva's pebble shawl again, because I need some new tape for my finger, because I have a lot of issues spring and fall time with my hands, because I have a lot of pains in my fingers, and then I used to have like some rehab tape on it, but I didn't have anything at home. And I can just tell you, it didn't get better after my injured shoulder and this paralyzed, half paralyzed, nerve damaged thing. It became way worse on my left side. And yesterday and today I have had a lot of pain in my index finger, and it has been quite shaky. So I need my tape, because it feels like I don't know how I should explain it. It's just a weird pain thing. And I have a condition that's called EDS, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, that makes me very, very, very flexible. And that's the reason of why my joints are aching sometimes. And especially when I not have been able to be active, when I cannot do some exercising and things like that. And that's a thing that I have not been able to do a lot of these past 2 years after all the surgeries and nerve transplantations and nerve stimulation device inserts, and yeah, so these 2 years have been worse than it used to be, because I have a hard time to hold it back. But otherwise, I think I would be fine when the new rehab tape is arriving, so I can tape my fingers again. The thing I should talk about is another Makealong. Maybe not Makealong, maybe that's just an Ehlers, because I don't know if that designer has any crochet pattern. But it is Jennifer Beale, something. You have already seen the hashtag on the screen. And that's a Makealong Nikki from Cat Hair is hosting. And I gonna do... I dropped the stitch, that's not good. I gonna do this pattern, and I gonna use this yarn. And I ordered this yarn from the beginning, but now I have reordered this yarn instead in these colors. But now I have a little bit of an issue, because as you can see, I have a green and a copper, or if they are like this, I cannot see because I don't have the picture on my screen right now, but you will see it. And then I have another green and a white. I have ordered all of them, so I will have all of them because I have 2 projects in mind, so it doesn't matter. But for this pattern, I don't know if I will go white and green or copper. What would you do? What would you choose? I love the combination, both of them. So I'm just a little bit split and torn in my head which of them I will use. So I'm literally just waiting for that yarn to arrive, and then I'm gonna cast that on, and then I'm gonna knit away, because I'm really looking forward to do another cardigan. And this Irish eye is so damn beautiful. I really love it, but it will stay in my wardrobe, my precious, because she's stealing everything that I'm making. So, and now it's very soft yarn that it will be made in too, so it's a very high risk that she's gonna steal it. So that's one thing. But I was actually this morning do a few stuff in my kitchen, and this have nothing to do with knitting, by the way, but it have something with crafting to do. But I took down 2 paintings from my wall, and I don't know, I feel a little bit torn about these 2 paintings, because it's my granddad who painted this. He was a painter, and he passed away 2 years ago now. Yes, 2 years ago. This Christmas, the day after Christmas. He passed away 2 years ago. And I knew him, I cannot say I didn't. And we had fairly bit of contact, because I had a fairly good relationship with my granddad. I put it that way. We didn't meet as often and things like that. But it's always sad when someone is leaving you. And we had no hard feelings toward each other. But one of the paintings I get when I was rehoming a dog. We had a rescue dog that we needed to rehome, and I was the one who rescued the dog, me and my husband. So he wanted a dog, and they immediately fell in love with each other when my granddad was up here and visited the dog and visited us and everything like that. And he gave me a painting for that dog. I didn't want anything. I just wanted this dog to have a lovely home without small kids and other animals, because he didn't like small kids and he didn't like other animals. So he wanted a nice, sweet home, and it was only my granddad and his wife that was living in their big apartment in Örebro, because it just hit me somewhere that I always thought something was odd with one of the paintings, and my granddad is not someone who's paintings for be accurate to such as objects and things like that, but he had done a painting on Örebro's castle, and I have been seeing that castle very many times in my life, and I always looked at this painting and thought about this is actually, it had to be 5 years ago. No, it's 5 years ago. It's 5 years ago that we rehomed Buster. His name was Buster. But ever since this 5 years, I have been looking at this painting and thinking something is odd with this painting. I will show you the painting though, so you can actually see what I'm talking about. So this is the painting, and this is Örebro Castle, and I have been walking around this castle a few times, but because I actually went to a school that would be like college things in Örebro. So I have been close by this castle many times, and I have walked past this painting in my kitchen a very long time now and realized something is odd, something is off with this picture. I don't know what it is. And the first I see was it's missing a window over here, or maybe a door. I don't really know which side of this castle it is. It would be a window or a door here, or yeah, something like that. It depends on which side you are standing through the castle, because it's exactly the same on both sides, but ones have a window, ones have a door. But it was not that. Then when I took this one down and looked at it like this, I realized it's a hat. It's a damn hat. I find it hilarious, but it was not the reason why I put my paintings down from my grandfather. It's because it had been so many years I have told myself that I need to frame these ones, because as you see, it don't have any frame, so it's just stapled onto these wooden pieces, and I'm so scared that it's gonna start to loosen up here, so I need to frame them. But then I realized it was a hat. And then I have the other one. The other one is older, because this painting, and it's a little bit of a love explanation. This painting he gifted me when I had our first child, Dave, because Dave and Tuva, they are still carrying my girl last name, and that's because of that my granddad did actually made our last name up. So we are not as many, but when I did marry my husband, I changed my name because his last name is also quite rare. So to make it even, he have two, one girl and a boy with his last name, and I have one boy and a girl with my last name. So we can carry the names on from both sides. So I need to frame them, but I thought I would just show them because the only person that I'm actually have been talking about on my podcast on my other channel is my grandma, who have teach me like everything, like crafty related with knitting, sewing, crocheting, men's stuff, also painting. She have teach me painting and all of that type of stuff, but I never do mention my granddad. I don't, and he is the person whose names I'm gonna carry on to the future, even though I don't have that name anymore, but I will still be one of them through my whole life. And yeah, I don't know why I even touched this subject, but a fun fact, and I love his paintings, but now I need to store them so I can do a good frame, so I can preserve these paintings through the years to come, because he is not longer with us, and those paintings have always been precious to me, and hopefully my kids want them when they grow up. And my dad has a lot of his painting in the living room. I will actually, maybe tomorrow would be a good day. Yes, tomorrow would be a really good day, because I am actually babysitting their dogs tomorrow. So then I will show the other paintings that he had made, because he has a certain style, but they are just beautiful in their own ways, I need to say. So the crafty genes are running through my veins, as you might see. But otherwise, now I'm not gonna speak anymore today. I think I will keep on knitting, and then I probably would do nothing. No, that's not true. Now we're gonna do a machine of laundry, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.